Market this year is the steel industry. The VanEck Steel ETF has outperformed the S&P 500 in 2022 by quite a bit. Steel producer Nucor up more than 30% on the year. And joining us now for a Closing Bell exclusive interview is Nucor CEO Leon Topalian. Leon, it's great to have you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me, Mike. Excited, and as you mentioned, it's going to be what we expect to be another record year for Nucor.
Yeah, so certainly you're on track for that in terms of a record year. Very strong results in the third quarter, though you did, offer guidance that there was going to be a step down in the current quarter due to some, broader economic headwinds, I guess. How are things tracking? I mean, what are you seeing in your end markets that give you a sense of just how the economy is performing at the moment?
Look, I think there's obviously we're not immune to inflation and watching what's happening with interest rates and federal policy and in terms of monetary policy. But there's a number of tailwinds as well as we close out the year and go into 2023, including automotive expected to be up about 1 million units in 23 over 22. We see some meaningful infrastructure bill really take shape in 2023. The CHIPS Act. Which again, well, is a $55 billion investment. And roughly that translates to right now, there's about 27 or 28 projects over the next 7 or 8 years that'll be built. And again, not only do we use the chips and our end users use them, but Nucor is also going to be supplying the steel that goes into building that infrastructure. So there's an awful lot of tailwinds as well as we walk into 23 that we're excited about.
Yeah, certainly seems like there are long-term tailwinds. There are, long-term sources of demand with a lot of capital projects going on. You think that those are going to manifest, the infrastructure bill and perhaps the CHIPS Act, in terms of steel demand in 2023 already?
Yeah, we absolutely do. And I think the other piece of that long-winded tale that you mentioned, and you know this well, Mike, but not all steel is created equal, right? Nucor is the largest recycler in the Western Hemisphere. And so as you think about how we make our steel, it's all by recycling. And so that opportunity with a near net zero steel to our end users and our customers offers a unique competitive advantage to Nucor that supplying the safest and most sustainable steels anywhere in the world. So we're excited about the opportunity to continue to provide that differentiated value. And I do think it takes meaningful shape in 23 and beyond.
It's interesting because you see things like, auto production is kind of stuck below what you might consider to be more normal levels domestically in North America. Yeah, I'm looking at some other large kind of mineral and resource stocks that serve the globe, and it seems as if they're kind of waking up. Is that an expected China demand pull coming? And what do you see happening globally that could be a help or a headwind?
Yeah, look, I think, again, the U.S. is the strongest economy in the world, and I think the resiliency of our economy is strong. As your last guests were on, we see this sort of same thing. If there's a slight pullback in 23, we don't see that being protracted. But at the same time, Mike, Nucor is positioned for the long term. We have the strongest investment grade rating in our industry. We've got over $3 billion of cash and short-term investments on hand. We've been offering a dividend for 50 years now. And so our positioning strategy is for the long term. And I think that bodes very well because ultimately the green and digital economies of this nation and beyond are going to be built with steel, and the steel that they get built with matters. And so we're excited about that opportunity in our future.
Is there any cause at this point for you to be rethinking your employment levels or anything like that? In fact, manufacturing employment in general has pulled in a little bit, although today's jobs number had pretty strong, kind of goods producing industry results.
Yeah, look, I think the talent is, that is our differentiator. The 31,000 men and women who make up the Nucor family are the greatest manufacturing army assembled anywhere in the world. And obviously I'm a little biased there, but it is that team that delivers every result that we have. And so how we think about developing them, retaining them, training and equipping them, and offering those that are yet to join Nucor that opportunity is a unique platform for us. In how we care for our team. Our average wage last year was over $140,000, Mike. So we have a lot to offer. We take great care of our team through the cycles. And again, a great opportunity as we move forward as well for those new team members joining.
What about commercial construction of various types? I mean, obviously we know what's happening with single family housing, but it would seem as if, larger commercial buildings are relevant in terms of your business. What is the trend that you're seeing there at the moment?
Yeah, look, about 50% of our products flow into some form of construction in this industry. So, as we look at non-res construction, it has remained incredibly resilient over the last couple of years, and we see that strength continuing. Now, there's pockets as we think about, the digital and warehouse space next year. We anticipate to be off, but it's off historic highs. And so if we look back prior to last year, 2018 was our sort of last big year in that space. Well, that's forecasted to be about 60% higher in 23 than it was in 18. Now, again, it's off 22's highs, about 15, 16%. But again, it's still in a great market, a great opportunity for Nucor as we build out that piece and that sector of our economy.
Leon, it's great to get the update. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, Mike.
Take care. Anytime. Thank you. Now let's check on the market.